What are some steps that people can go to prepare themselves to go to these banks? A lot of people, they hear funding and they get scared. Somebody right now listening that they got this business plan, but they just don't got the money. Like, give them some steps where they can go out and get some funding like as soon as possible.
So whether you're a new business or an old business or experienced business, it doesn't matter, right? Understand that there's opportunities for you to go out and get funding for your business. First, make sure that you have your business registered. A lot of times we're operating business and we're doing everything as a regular person. We have, first things first, you want to start operating yourself as a regular business. If you see Walmart, they have a business phone number. If you see Bank of America, they have their own business phone number. They have their own address. If you see McDonald's, they have their own phone number. They have their own address. Everything is separate from the person that started that business. So you got to start looking like a business on paper before you can actually walk into the bank.
What are some ways right now, a small business owner, especially, a lot of them tune into, especially our content. What are some ways that they can get funding within the next 24 hours right now?
A lot of times we already have credit cards, right? So what you can do with these credit cards, you can go and ask for a credit limit increase, right? So now with that credit limit increase, you might have a credit card that's already has you at $5,000 in a credit limit. If you go ahead and just simply pick up the phone and ask them for an extra $10, $15, $20,000, they'll give it to you. So I would say bet on your business, bet on yourself, because at the end of the day, if you don't take the action, if you don't take the steps, you're going to be in the same exact situation that you're in right now if things doesn't change.
Common challenges that small businesses face when they go out to get funded.
Like, most times is the credit, bro.
The
credit and their documentation is not in order. That's probably like the biggest challenges when it comes to small business owners and getting funding. You can start using something called Metro 2. Metro 2 is a software that's created where you can it can start writing the letters in a way that Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, they start reading it. I don't want to get too sciencey, but there's a way how Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion read your letters. All right, so welcome back to another episode of Motion and Success. Listen, my name is Cody Brown, and I got my co-host with me today.
Yup, it's Ayo, y'all, and this is gonna be a real educational one, bro. Like,
education.
We about to have Cody drop the game on y'all. Like, for y'all that don't know, like, Cody is one of those guys. Like, he been in the credit game for a while.
For a minute.
Super tapped in with business funding, and I know a lot of y'all got a lot of questions when it comes to business funding, credit. So this is the episode you really want to pay close attention to, because I'm asking Cody all the questions that y'all probably got. Yeah. And we live right now too. So if you also got questions, just drop them in the comments and I'll get up and I'll take a look at them and I'll have Cody answer them.
For sure.
So we gonna get started.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is kind of good, because if you go through our channel, we've been, like very abundant with the business funding game. We've had multiple different guests that came on that teaches business funding. So that goes to show you that, we're open, when it comes to the business funding game. But I definitely wanted to tap in and just give the people more information because, I just been sitting on the sideline and I've been giving our guests the opportunity to shine and give their game. But I'm like, you know what? This is a great opportunity to share some information from my perspective, and start giving you guys more information that can help y'all, you know, because I know this is some of the things that y'all be looking for. Yeah, so let's get started with this episode. Motion and Success meets Cody Brown. Let's get it.
Yeah, bro. So we gonna jump right into it. Got my questions here.
All right.
So we gonna crack Cody's brain today. So bro, like, first question is, like, when it comes to funding, bro.
Yeah.
Why is it like, because we post the funding content. Why do you think it goes so crazy, bro? Like, why is funding so, like, in demand? Like, a lot of people want funding. Like, anytime we post any content, it goes crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Why do you think is that?
Honestly and truly, it goes crazy, and it's going crazy for a reason. The reason why the funding content goes crazy is because people need the information. There's a lot of business owners that are out here that are using their own capital for business. Mm-hmm. They're going to work, they're going to 9 to 5s. And there's also business owners that are out here that are struggling. They don't know how to get funding for their business. They don't know the right steps to go out and get, money for their business. They're actually, cutting they're cutting corners to actually fund their business. Some people are trying to work 2 different jobs, 3 different jobs just to, be able to keep the lights on in their restaurant and pay their employees, but they don't know the information about business funding. So that's why a lot of times is when they start seeing information about business funding, it starts to go crazy. People start to save and share and start liking the content because it's like, yo, I've been doing this thing backwards for so long, and now here's the right way that actually sounds like it makes sense and is actually legit.
Yeah.
So that, I think that's why the business funding content goes crazy. Most times.
You got a great point, bro, because I'm not even gonna lie, like when I wasn't really into entrepreneurship, first thing when I heard business, like, yo, I'm gonna start my business, I'm thinking like, yo, you gotta stack up money.
Yeah.
Like you gotta save up money.
Yeah.
You gotta wait 6 months. So then you got enough money to finally start your business and finally start buying equipment for your business, whether you want a hair salon or whether you even want to do a podcast. Like you got to save up so much money.
Yeah.
But then I'm seeing how some people do it the right way.
Right.
Some people go out, they go to the banks, and they qualify for a certain amount of money, even at 0% interest. So I'm like, that's probably the best way, because that way you're not using your own money and you're actually using the bank's money, and you're going out and you're starting your business. So with a new LLC.
And before you even get into that, bro, save your thought. A lot of times is people let their dreams die when it comes to their business, because they look at the fact that, I need $100,000 to start up, this brick and mortar store. I need $100,000 to go out and, get equipment, do this, do that. And they work a job where they might be making $80,000, $50,000. But guess what? You got your bills that you got to pay. You got your family that has to be, taken care of. You got yourself that needs to get taken care of. You got taxes that's already taking, a huge chunk of your money. And then they're looking at the remainder amount of money that they have, and they're like, oh, I don't have enough money to go out and fund this business. So they might let their dreams die because they don't know, that they can go out and actually get, funding for their business for, whatever opportunity that might present, so that's why I might say like the best bet is to honestly go out there, get the funding, so that way you can start doing the things that you need to do overall.
I totally agree. I feel like you shouldn't be risking all your capital just to go out and fund your dreams, because then again, it's like you're putting yourself at the mercy of going back to zero completely, being wiped out. And it's really hard to come back from being wiped out. So what are some steps that people can go to prepare themselves to go to these banks? A lot of people, they hear funding and they get scared. They're like, yo, banks, it's one thing going to the bank and asking for funding, and it's another thing like, hey, I'm taking on debt. So a lot of people, they got that fear in them, and it's most of the times it's because they don't know how to do it the right way.
Right.
So what are some steps that somebody right now listening, that they got this business plan, but they just don't got the money? Like, give them some steps where they can go out and get some funding, like as soon as possible.
Right. So whether you're a new business or old business or experienced business, it doesn't matter. Right. Understand that there's opportunities for you to go out and get funding for your business. So a few steps that you can do is, first things first, make sure that you have your business registered. A lot of times we're operating business and we're doing everything as a regular person. We have, people selling us to our personal checking account. We have regular things going on. As far as like our phone number, everything like that. First things first, you want to start operating yourself as a regular business. If you see Walmart, they have a business phone number. If you see Bank of America, they have their own business phone number. They have their own address. If you see McDonald's, they have their own phone number. They have their own address. Everything is separate from the person that started that business. So you got to start looking like a business on paper before you can actually walk into the bank. So what you got to do is, first things first, set up your LLC, get your business name, get your business phone number, get your business email, get your business website, all of that stuff. So that way you can start looking like a business. Next thing is, you can start sourcing different banks in your area that you can go out to. I would recommend go to your local credit unions. go to the local credit unions that offer personal and business relationships. I mean, business accounts. So that way you can start building a relationship and start getting business funding. Because a lot of times you might go to a bank or a credit union that only offers personal accounts and personal credit cards, and they don't offer business, funding, business lines of credit, business loans, business credit cards. So you need to make sure you're going to a bank that offers business products as well. And then next thing is get yourself a mentor, right? That's the third thing I would say. Get yourself a mentor. Go out into an industry where it's actually proven. Don't go into an industry where you're just trying to figure it. Don't try to be the new Uber. Don't try to be the new Lyft. Don't try to be the new thing that's being developed, because now it's going to cost you a lot of time and a lot of money. Not to say don't do it, but just understand that the risk that it comes with. You know what I mean? Go a route that's already proven, where there's people that's actually doing these things, where you can get research done. You can start learning from people. You can pay people for the information. So that way your learning curve is much shorter. You're not risking so much of an investment, because at the end of the day, these banks want their money back.
Yeah. Nah, I totally agree with you on that, because some people, they go out and get the funding and they want to try a lot of wild ideas and things like that, but you are putting yourself at risk of, falling into the hands of the bank. And what businesses would you recommend somebody, proven businesses that you've seen work?
Honestly, bro, like there's many different businesses. There's many different business. I would say get into a business that you actually enjoy doing. All kinds of businesses make money. Make sure it's an industry where you can grow. It's not a dying industry. So for example, I wouldn't get into a newspaper industry. Nobody reads newspapers anymore. You know what I mean? I would get into an industry like, for example, probably like Airbnb, trucking, real estate. Real estate is probably the industry, probably the top number one industry that makes the most millionaires. So it only makes sense to go into an industry where it's actually growing and not dying. Not only that, go into an industry where people has the money to pay you. If you're going into an industry where people don't have the money to pay you, it doesn't make sense, because now you're about to take out a whole loan or a whole line of credit or business credit card. And now you don't have clients that are actually able to pay you the amount of money that you deserve for your service or your products. So go into something that you actually can make money. Any business can make money, bro. Like any business that, once you put your mind to it, you can literally make money from it. There's lights, there's ceilings, there's sheetrock on the walls. There's all different little things that we use every single day that are making millions of dollars. What's going on, my Motion and Success family? Sorry to break the interview, but I had to. I just wanted to share some information with you guys, because I know there is a problem. A lot of people out here, they're struggling with their credit. They're struggling to get funding. They're struggling to close a real estate deal. They're struggling to go ahead and increase their credit score. They're struggling to remove inquiries off your profile. I have the solution for you. So now what I went ahead and did was I created an AI powered software that you can use to go out and repair your own credit, not only your credit, but also your family members' credit if you wanted to. So the name of the system is called M2Magnate.com. This is an AI powered software that you can use that will generate all the letters for you in less than 5 minutes, and you can send out your letters throughout the software to get the results. This is the same exact system that's responsible for helping me remove negative items off my client's credit profile, my credit profile, and this is what's going to help you to get that 700 plus credit score without having to pay thousands of dollars. Go ahead and visit m2magnate.com and start working on your credit. See you guys inside the software. I actually heard a story from, I forgot the guy's name, but he's on Aspire, the Aspire tour. It's like a big conference where they go around the city, different states, and he's in the RV business, and he made over $900 million selling RVs in profit.
Damn.
I'm like, what the fuck? A RV business? I would have never thought that.
That's crazy. And imagine if he was to sit and wait until he saved up all that money to go out and buy an RV.
Yeah, and most times you probably might not be able to get to that opportunity where you can save up. And then when you do finally reach out, and you save up, the emotions is so high, and it's so, it's so hard for you to give up the money that you saved and worked so hard for. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like now you got to the point where it's like, oh fuck, I got this $100,000 in my bank account. I probably don't want to invest it because, I don't work 5+ years just to get to this point where I'm able to now invest into something that can actually change my life. And now, you got all these emotions attached to it. And it's like, all right, cool. I don't know if I want to do it.
Yeah.
5 years later, you're going to change your mind.
Exactly.
I didn't know I was going to be sitting on a podcast 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah.
No, that's a fact.
Do it now.
That's a fact, bro. And what are some, for people out there, they never got funded before, what are some don'ts? Like, what are some don'ts when you're going to these banks? Like, especially when it comes to, setting up your LLC, name of your business and all those things. What are some things that people shouldn't do?
I think that's a good question. Here's a few don'ts that you want to stay away from. Number one is don't go to the bank looking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, don't go to the bank, without some kind of plan in place. Number one, I would say make sure that you have a business plan. Like, have some kind of understanding of what you're going to be using for this money. Mm-hmm. Number two is don't just wake up and say, all right, cool, I'm gonna just go out and just apply to a different, all these different credit cards because this is what's popping online on Instagram. Yep. Don't do that, because that's gonna lead you into a place where you're probably depressed, because now you just went out and got all these credit cards, ruined your credit profile, and now everything is all messed up. Don't have a strategy. I think all these questions that I'm answering is strategy and planning, but I would say don't go out. Don't just wake up and say, all right, cool, let me just apply to credit cards. Have a plan in place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And last thing is, don't have high risk industries, I would say. If you're in a high risk industry, like say, for example, real estate, one thing I would suggest is put on paper that you're a consultant. Have 2 different LLCs, so that way you can have one business that's getting funding, and then you have the other business that has the operations going as far as like LLC, all the money, all this other things going through it. So now you're not really looking too crazy when you're going to the banks.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll say that for sure, probably.
Yeah, that's game. That's game, bro. And what would you say is the top 3 things that you can do with your LLC? You got a business, you got the LLC done. What are like the top 3 things that you could do with your LLC to make sure you win in business?
Top 3 things that you can do to make sure that you win with your LLC is, number one, make sure that you start it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times we're operating as a sole proprietor. We don't have anything started, and it's great that you already, you're in motion, you're doing your thing, but make sure that you have your LLC started. That's the most important thing. Yeah. We had a conversation with an accountant not too long ago, and she said one of the biggest things is not having the LLC started. Now you're in a situation where you might need yourself a loan, a line of credit, or something that's pertaining to, funding for your business. But the fact that you haven't started your business, you can't qualify for it. Wow. Even though you've been operating this business for the past 2-3 years, it does not say that on paper. So first things first is to make sure that you have it started. The second thing is make sure that once you get it started, go ahead and file for your EIN. That's a free tax number that you can get from the IRS.gov, and they'll give you a tax number. So now you can start applying and building business credit and start using these different things to go out and get funding for your business. And then number 3 is to separate all your personal things from all your personal business from your actual business itself. Yeah. Right. So now everything that you would fill out on your application as a person, have everything else separate for your business. Yeah. So now, first thing first, they're going to ask you, what's your name? Make sure you have a business name. They're going to ask you, what's your phone number? What's your business phone number? They're going to ask you, what's your email? What's your business email? They're going to ask you, what's your address? What's your business address? So everything that you have for your personal, when you're filling out an application, make sure that you're able to match the same thing for your business, and everything is all separate. You know what I mean? Separate business banking account. Yeah. Those are the things that you want to make sure that you have to make sure that your LLC is winning, so that way you can get funding.
Facts. Now you got to come correct to these banks, man.
Come correct.
You have to
come correct and don't disrespect.
So a lot of people too, they like, they've been in our DMs, anytime we post the funding content, a lot of them is like, they have a hard time getting approved. Yeah. So you're familiar with the banks. What are some things that they're looking before they approve somebody? Like, hey, I want to get this person $10,000 to start their business. I want to give them $20,000. Like, what are they looking for?
So there's 3 things that banks are looking for before they even approve anybody for any money. The first thing that they're looking for, they're looking to see whether your credit is good, right? And when they mean by is your credit good, that means do you have a 700 plus credit score? Most times the banks, they're going to say, do you have a 680? I say 680 is way too close to being the minimum, because now if you're at the minimum, if you're scratching the surface level, you're almost disqualifying yourself for funding. So make sure that you're at least above a 700 credit score. The second thing they're going to want to look for is your business having any kind of cash flow, right? So if your business is making money, that's a plus. If your business is not making money, you want to follow the route of using your personal credit as a leverage to go ahead and get business funding. The third thing that they're going to look for is collateral. Do you have any kind of assets that you can put up to go ahead and say, all right, cool, we can approve you for this business funding, but we just need some kind of collateral. So a collateral could be anything like a business. It can be a building. It can be a piece of real estate. It can be anything that has some kind of value attached to it that they can use just in case if you're to default on that loan or that line of credit or the business credit card. So those are like the top 3 things that they're looking for when you're filling out business applications for, business funding.
Damn, that's game right there, bro. Because a lot of people, they complain like, yo, I've been trying different banks, I haven't been getting approved, but that's the answer right there, bro.
Yeah.
That right there is the answer, bro.
Make sure you have those 3 things in order so that way you can actually, maximize and get approved. And a lot of times people don't have, the strong cash flow just yet. It's okay. Use the credit. People don't have a collateral that they can throw up. It's okay. Use the credit, or vice versa. If you have the cash, you can use the cash to your advantage. If you have the credit, if you have the collateral, use the collateral to your advantage. I probably would say use the collateral last, because now they're going to put liens, all that extra stuff. So I say try the top 2 first, credit and cash.
Damn.
If you don't have the credit or cash, use collateral.
That's game right there. But let's get into the money, bro. So what are some ways right now a small business owner, especially, a lot of them tune into, especially our content. What are some ways that they can get funding within the next 24 hours right now?
There's 3 things that you can do to go ahead and get funding for your business in the next 24 hours. Number 1, a lot of times we already have credit cards, right? So what you can do with these credit cards, you can go and ask for a credit limit increase, right? So now with that credit limit increase, you might have a credit card that's already has you at $5,000 in a credit limit. If you go ahead and just simply pick up the phone and ask them for extra, $10, $15, $20,000, they'll give it to you. And the way that you're asking for this money is you can be like, hey, listen, I got Chase on the other hand. They want to go ahead and give me an extra, $10, $20, $30,000 on this credit card application. Is there any way that you guys can match this? Right. And now they'll be like, all right, cool. We could probably match it based off your credit profile, based on how you've been paying your credit cards off, based on, your overall finances. They can go ahead and give you a credit limit increase. Now that one credit card that you already had, they gave you an extra $20,000, $15,000, $30,000 from that one credit card that you already had. A lot of times we sleep on the regular stuff that we already have in our pockets.
Yeah.
The next thing is you can go ahead and start using the relationships that you already have. So now let's say, for example, you have a personal credit card with Chase. You can go in and apply for a business account with Chase because they have a business credit card. So now you go ahead, apply for a business credit card. Let's say Chase already got you at $20,000 on the personal side. They might turn around and give you an extra $30,000 on the business side. And now you're at $50,000 overall from Chase because you already have the relationship with them. So I say leverage the banks that you already have a relationship with, so that way you can get the funding. The third thing is you can go to your local credit union, right? So your local credit union that's in your area, you could formulate a list of 5 to 10 or even 15 credit unions that's in your area. What you can do is you can start adding up all these different credit unions in your area, make a list, see what kind of business products that they have. They have business lines of credit and that's what you need, put them on your list. If they have business credit cards and that's what you need, put them on your list. If they have business loans, put them on your list. If they have business auto loans, put them on your list, right? So now you have yourself a whole strategy of all the banks that's in your radius of your 10-mile radius or your 15-mile radius of credit unions. You go out, apply for those business products, and now you'll be able to get approved. At least you'll be able to walk out with $100,000 in the 10-mile radius of banks that you have in your area. Like,
Damn.
it's really simple. You're just creating a whole list
Yeah.
of banks that are in your area for the things that you personally need. So
Mm.
that's how you can go out and get some money in less than 24
24
hours.
hours for a small
I'd say
business.
probably 72 hours, but it can be, you know.
Bro, that's still game. I mean,
I
you
think
get
it can be
you
done.
can get $100K in 3 days to
Yeah.
fund your business, bro. Like, that's crazy.
It happens. It definitely happens. It happens more than you think.
Bro.
Yeah.
That is crazy, bro. So let's debunk some myths about business funding. What are some myths that you heard about business funding that's totally not true, but a lot of people are running off with it?
Some myths that I heard is that you got to go out and build a business credit score to go out and get funding. That's a myth, I would say. You know, you got to do the Dun & Bradstreet, do this, do that. Now, not to say it doesn't have its purpose, but it's a myth. You don't have to go out and build a business credit score to go out and get funding. You don't have to have the Paydex, the Dun & Bradstreet numbers, the Experian. You don't have to, you know, the Equifax, whatever numbers that are out there. You don't have to build a business credit score to be able to get funding. A lot of times people try to go that route because they don't want to use their personal credit. That's the real answer, and that's the real transparency truth on why people try to skip the line and use business credit.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They're not going to give you $100,000, $50,000 because you're over here using $10 products, $20 products, $50 products to build your business credit score. That's not really showing how you're handling money. Because now if you're using a $50 product to build, you know, trade lines and all these little things on your business credit profile, that's not really showing too much. Business credit is really for the businesses that are making millions of dollars already. So now you don't have to personally guarantee with your social security number. So the real way is to actually go out and leverage your personal credit to a stage where you're making enough revenue to say, all right, cool, I've made enough money in my business. Now I don't have to use my personal social security number on applications. I can go out and use my business credit score because I have the money to show it and I have the business credit score. But it's also good to build a business credit score because now when you're going for loans, they're going to ask for your, forgot the number off the top of my head, but they're going to ask you for certain numbers of, you know, what's your credit score on your business side as well. So it is important to actually build up your business credit score. But it's a myth. You don't necessarily have to have it just to get funding.
Nah, that's game. That right there, bro, because you kind of broke it down for me as well too, bro, because I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't heard about the whole Dun index and all of that.
Dun & Bradstreet,
yeah, that kind of turned me off.
Equifax business experience,
from like, you know, getting into the business credit because it made it look so complicated. So to know that, you know, you don't need that, you can actually leverage your personal credit. That's a really great idea.
Yeah.
So, bro, would you recommend somebody to take out a high interest business credit card just to like, do you think like that's a good idea to take out a high interest credit card to fund their business? Do you think like that, like that's a good idea, taking out a high interest business credit card to fund their business?
I don't think so. But it all depends on the person's circumstance. Overall speaking, I don't think you should do that. What you should do, instead of taking out a high interest business credit card, there's 0% interest credrit cards. You know what I mean? So it's no needs to go out and apply for a high interest, you know, credit card. You can go out to a bank like Chase. They give you a 12-month 0% interest. You can go to American Express. They give you a blue business. They have the blue business and the two blue cards. They give you 12 months of 0% interest. You can go to Bank of America. They give you about 9 months of 0% interest.
Damn.
All these Elon Financial credit cards, Ameris, Flagstar, they give you about 18 months, I think, or I think 18 months of 0% interest. And even with that, Elon Financials, they start you around like $25,000 limits.
Damn.
So now if you have all these 0% interest credit cards where you're able to take advantage and go out and start applying, there's no needs to go out and get a high interest credit card. Most times when people want to turn to those high interest credit cards, they're going for like merchant loans, they're going for payday loans, things like that, where they're not able to go out and get, you know, regular funding from banks. That's what they're doing. That's when they're getting the high interest loans where they have to make payments every single day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I wouldn't suggest going for a high interest loan if you have the option to go and get a 0% interest loan. Like I wouldn't, no loan or business credit card. Sorry, I wouldn't suggest that personally speaking.
That is crazy. That
Yeah.
is crazy. So what about, would you advise somebody to max out all their personal credit cards?
Yeah.
Just to fund their business?
Hell yeah.
Like, do you think like that's a good idea? Max all your personal credit cards to fund your dreams.
Bro, I'll be honest. I've done it. I've done it. Like,
damn,
I've done it, bro. And I've done it. Like, I don't really share the story too much, but I've done it.
God,
because here's the thing, right? If you're in a situation where you believe in yourself, you believe in your business, you believe that what you're doing is gonna take off at some point, why not do it? You know what I mean? And there's a story with the company FedEx. This is a world known company. I think the founder, the CEO of FedEx, what he did was he was in a situation where he started a business and he was working with a lot of different business owners, and he's shipping packages from point A to point B all over the country, right? And then he got into a situation where he needed to pay off his employees, pay off his staff, and he didn't really have too much money. So what he did was he took a flight from wherever he was to Vegas, and I guess he had probably like his last $5,000, and he went to Vegas, played some blackjack games, and he was able to make up enough money. I think the amount of money probably was like over $100,000 to save his business. And now FedEx is a global known company. If you go to Africa, they know about FedEx. If you go to Australia, if you go to England, they know about FedEx. And FedEx is in almost all of these big ass hotels. If you ever been to Vegas, they have a little office inside of FedEx. So I would say bet on your business, bet on yourself, because at the end of the day, if you don't take the action, if you don't take the steps, you're going to be in the same exact situation that you're in right now if things doesn't change.
Damn.
So I would say go out, be a little courageous, be a little curious. You live once. At the end of the day, it's finances, it's money. You're going to be able to pay it back at some day. A lot of these businesses file bankruptcy. Not to say that's a play where you just go out and just run up a bag and file bankruptcy because you could. But understand that if you don't take risk, you're going to be in the same situation that you're in today, next year, the year after that, and you're going to be miserable.
Damn. Nah.
So I would say from my perspective, if all the ducks are in the line, all of the information lines up, go ahead and knock it out. Max out the card if you have to.
But they got to do it sensibly, though.
Do it sensibly. Make sure that you believe in yourself. Make sure that the plan that you have works. And one thing I would say is write everything down. Like, write it down. Don't just have it in your head. Write it down. Make it make sense for you.
Facts.
Like, have all of this stuff, brainstorm, make sure it's a logical decision that you're making. All right, cool. If I max out this credit card and I buy some machines, I can sell these shirts for $50 a pop. Now, guess what? Let's say if I go to Times Square, I know I could probably sell at least 10 shirts every single day. If I sell 10 shirts at $50, now I make $500 every single day. I could pay back the credit card. Brainstorm different options that you can do so that way all right, cool. If that original plan doesn't go good, you can still do this. Because a lot of times most of these business owners and these big ass companies that we know, they have crazy backstories to them, bro. So I say go out, be courageous, spend the money if you have to,
Nah, bro, that's crazy. Even the story you shared, bro, that
I want you to look it up. Look up the FedEx story. Look up the story of FedEx. FedEx, I heard it from a different podcast, and I'm like, oh shit, that's a crazy story. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's like, go out.
A lot of people don't got that gut to bet on themselves like that. Yeah. Bro. Like a lot of people would not.
Oh yeah. Also, if you could stomach the loss too, if you could stomach it.
Facts. How did you feel after that? Like
honestly, I in my situation, I was following a mentor, right? So I'm following all different steps that he done took. I'm like, all right, cool. He said this way he did, and it worked for him. All right, cool. Let me do it too. This is the results that he having. This the way how you living. This way how his family living. His story is similar to mine. All right, cool. Let me do it too. I mean, so now I'm like, all right, cool. Even if worst case scenario, if it didn't work out, didn't work out. But guess what? If it did, we hit jackpot.
Yeah.
And then people gonna hate on you. They gonna look at you and like, oh fuck, like he just came up. But nah, I took a crazy ass risk.
Yeah.
Crazy ass risk that a lot of people probably
a lot of people would not take that. And I'm glad you said jackpot, because a lot of times people, it was a saying that they said is like, usually when you trying to, let's say you want to accumulate money or you're trying to get super rich and you're learning from somebody who made a lot of money.
Yeah.
They said if they're telling you how to get rich quick, more than likely they're giving you their winning lottery ticket number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at times it's like you want to go out and take that risk, but you also have to keep in mind it's a high chance you might not win.
You might not win.
Yeah, so
you might not. But guess what? It's better to bet on yourself.
Yeah, it's better to bet on
than
yourself.
to bet on somebody else. You know what I mean? One of the things that I realized in 2024 right now, in the past few years, people are betting on sports bets. People are betting on different things, and they're not betting on themselves.
Yep.
Why don't you take the money and bet on your own self and have the results that you're looking to have? Because now we're betting on other people to actually win. Betting and gambling is not a thing that's something that's new. People bet on horses. They go to horses and they have horses that race, literally. And they're betting their life savings on these kind of races.
Yep.
They're betting on professional sports players that have dedicated their entire life to a game. They're betting on, on the lottery. This lottery is almost rigged. People are going to the casino every single day, spending checks, $20,000, $30,000, running up credit cards inside these casinos, hoping that they make it big.
Yeah.
But one thing I would say is go out and bet on yourself. Take the necessary steps to say, all right, cool. If I want to start a business, and I know this is the kind of business that I have, number one, just have the courage to start. Number two, have the courage to also keep going. You know what I mean? Make up your mind that you're going to start and don't stop. Wake up every day, do the same thing, find out the new information that you could, so that way you can get to the next level.
Shit. That's hella game right there, bro. Like for you, even like you maxed out all your personal and you bet it on yourself.
I maxed out business.
You maxed it. Oh yeah.
Business.
Business. Oh yeah. See, that's game right there too.
Yeah.
But the fact you did that, bro, and you bet it on yourself, bro, is that's different, bro. Because like you said, bro, a lot of people rather take that chance, that really thin chance of winning big, which is the casino, the lottery, sports betting,
animals,
than betting on themselves.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
One thing I learned from Denzel Washington, I think he had a graduation speech one time, and he was saying, he said, if you're not losing, you're not even trying. If you're not, no, if you're not failing, you're not even trying. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, makes sense. Because if you ask all of these people their stories, bro, I'm telling you, a lot of times is the people that we look up to, the people that we admire, they all have these crazy stories where they almost went bankrupt. They almost gave up on their business. They almost stopped. They almost tapped out. And it was just that one thing that just kept them going.
Yeah.
So keep going.
So I got a wild question for you, bro.
Yeah.
If you had a business credit card right now that had no limit, what's the first thing you'll buy?
It's the first thing I will buy. A no limit business. Well, they do have no limit business credit cards, which is the American Express Platinum.
Sheesh.
What will be the first thing I will buy? I won't say the word buy, bro, but I would invest, I would say. I would definitely, it depends on the situation. If I'm in a situation where I want to make, if I want to do things all over again, I probably would invest into, somebody that's in my field, that's proven, that has a proven record where all their students are winning. They're winning themselves, and I will probably invest into them, learn the skills, learn the trades that I need to go out and start making money. Because at the end of the day, once you have, enough, like if you have the money, all right, cool. How can we get the value? How can we get the skills? Because we're all capable of learning skills to go out and start doing the things that we want to do. But we just most times don't have the money. So I probably might invest into somebody else that has the information that can teach it in a way that I can personally understand. And, they have a winning success rate. You know what I mean? Not only they're winning, but their students are winning as well. So that's probably one thing I would do. After that, let's just say, for example, if I already did have a skill, I probably would invest into some kind of marketing. I will invest into things that will make people know who I am and make people know the products and services that I sell. So if I was in a situation where I already had skills, that will be the thing. If I didn't have any skills, I would invest into somebody else that has, skills to teach me those. Think of it. We all do it on a day-to-day basis. We go to school. We go to elementary school. We go to high school. We go to college. And it's almost a norm where we go out to college and we take out loans. So I think it only makes sense to invest into somebody else to learn some skills.
So a new business owner, right?
Yeah.
What would you recommend them? Take out a business loan or get a business credit card and grow your business fast, or to start off slow and debt-free?
Slow and debt-free, fast. Knowing what I know now, bro, I probably, and this is probably like an honest answer for me personally, I would say, that's a good question. Say that again.
So would you take out a business loan, get a business credit card, and grow your business fast, or would you recommend them? This is a new business, so would you recommend them to start their business slow and debt-free?
Well, debt-free is I would do the slow and steady path. Matter of fact, I like the fast approach, but I also like the slow and steady because you start to respect the journey more. You know what I mean? But if I would have took the slow and steady, but give me the money as well. You know what I mean? Give me the money as well, because now I'm learning the skills. I'm learning all the tricks and the trades of the journey, because a lot of times I look at it like, you got to go through.
Yeah, because I look at it too. I'm like, you get this money from the business credit card. Now you got enough money essentially from the credit card or the loan that you get. Now you could go buy hair salon chairs if you want to start a hair salon. Now you could go buy podcast equipment, and you're growing faster than the person who doesn't have the debt, because now that person got to save up money.
Yeah.
And, and buy things one at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I would say slow and steady, but give me the money as well. I don't want to be able to say, all right, cool, I don't have enough money to do this. But it also make you a savage though. Because now if you can do it without it, and it all depends on the person too. You know what I mean? Some people, they can get out, run up a business, they get some money, 12 months later, they made their first M. And there's other people where they don't have anything. They started out with nothing, and they learn all the resources. They learn how to use, they learn how to use other people for their service. They learn how to barter. They learn all the tricks in trade. They learn all the cheaper ways that you can actually use that you can afford. But me, bro, instead of the fast with the money, give me slow and steady with the money as well. Because now I know this is something that's actually going to grow and sustain. I'm not looking for the quick win where I just got, all right, cool, I made $1 million. Now I don't know how to, keep this thing going.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of little holes in the bucket that you might not realize because, things just took off so fast for you. It's kind of like where people will, they win $1 million. All right, cool. What are you going to do with the $1 million? Some people, they start buying all kinds of crazy stuff. First thing first, you get out of debt. They buy out a house. They buy this. They buy that. And they don't know how to multiply the money all over again.
Exactly.
So I say I pick the slow and steady, but give me the money as well.
Nah. It makes sense. You definitely make a lot of sense looking from that point of view, bro.
What was your point of view?
My point of view, I was looking at it like in a way like, yo, you're going to be buying things one at a time. It'll be really slow.
So you would do the slow and steady, or you would do the fast with the money?
I feel like I don't know. For me, I'm a little bit impatient. I'll go fast with the money.
Okay.
But now after
Interesting.
what you said, you growing fast. Now you actually don't know how to handle. Like, yeah, you got all of these chairs, you got all these cameras,
Yeah.
but now you didn't build that path of slowly growing. Now you got everything, but it's like now you don't even know how to make money through the business. You didn't go the slow path, so sometimes you can't handle that speed, bro.
There's a lot of business owners with empty stores, bro.
Yeah,
Like empty stores, shelves are
I see it. I
full.
see it. They
You
have the
know,
capital, but they don't.
yeah,
They don't have the model. They don't got the plan. They don't got the
yeah,
marketing. They just didn't understand the science behind having a successful business. Yeah, you got the money, but
yeah.
I see what you mean. Growing
It's
slow
kind of
and
like
steady.
having a wealthy parent where they just hand down
Yeah,
everything to you,
yeah,
and now you don't know what the hell to do. You know what I mean? Like you just have so
yeah.
much money, so much resources, so much tools, so much things, but you have no hustle, you have no grind. It
That
was
makes a
kind
lot
of
of sense.
not say handed to you, but that's kind of the
Yeah,
analogy I would say.
yeah.
Yeah.
So along this journey of you helping businesses get some funding, what's some of the challenges that you've seen, like common challenges that small businesses face when they go out to get funding? Like what are
Most
some of
times
the
is the
stuff that you
credit, bro.
the credit?
The credit and their documentation is not in order.
Mm,
That's probably like the biggest challenges when it comes to small business owners and getting funding. The credit in their documents is not in order. So now the credit is the easy part. What you can do is you can start using something called Metro 2, right? Metro
mm,
2 is a software that's created where you can it can start writing the letters in a way that Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, they start reading it. And I don't want to
shit.
get too sciencey, but
Yeah.
there's a way how Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion read your letters. They don't have a
Yeah.
person physically opening up mail, reading these letters to say, all right, cool, your dog ate your homework, you just had a funeral, you just went on vacation, you just lost your job. They don't care. They don't have a person to care,
Mm,
right? So they have a machine that's reading all of these letters and they're reading it for Metro 2 compliance. So now,
mm,
if you're not writing your letters in a way where Experian, their systems can read these letters for all those deletions and all the compliance standards, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. So now if you want to start using something called Metro 2, what you can do is go to m2magnate.com. That's an AI software that it literally will create all your letters for you. It'll mail it out
damn.
to the bureaus. It'll send it off for you. And this is something that you can do for not only yourself, but you can do it for your family members. You can do it for friends, co-workers, and you can even start a credit repair business if you wanted to. So go to m2magnate.com. Sign up for that software. You can use it. It's very easy to use. In less than 5 minutes, you can create your letters. Another thing is
Crazy.
the documentations. They don't have all their information
Yeah.
in order. They don't have, they don't have the LLC structure properly. They don't have the EIN structure. They don't have all of these things set up. So one thing I would say is make sure that you have all your ducks in a row when it comes to documentations. Make sure you have your EIN. Make sure you have a folder for that. Make sure you have your LLC documents. Make sure you have all of that stuff. Make sure you have what's that other file name? Your operating agreement. Make sure you have all of those things set up. So
Mm,
that way, make sure even if you have tax returns, make sure you have all those stuff in a separate folder, readily accessible. So that way you can go ahead and get funding.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Even the AI credit repair software,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
So it's like no excuse, bro. It's
Yeah.
it's like no excuse. Like, and
Yeah.
I had a feeling the credit would be the challenging part
That is the biggest
because
challenge,
a lot
bro.
of people like their credit is like really messed up, but they got so much great ideas. They want to do so much great things, but you got to get your credit fixed first before you could even go out and really try all of those things.
Yeah.
You definitely do. So, what are some business credit cards that you would recommend, like, new business owners to get? Like, what are some new credit cards that you recommend them getting?
Not even new business owners, experienced ones too.
Experienced ones too, yeah.
I don't know if anybody ever watched like TV a little bit, but I watch TV a little bit. But Chase. Chase has this weird commercial where it comes across the TV and it says, hey, we helped this person start their Pilates studio. They was working out their house first.
Mm,
Use a Chase Business Inc. credit card. And now she has a whole Pilates studio and she's running her studio in her gym. So you can use Chase. They give anywhere from 30, 40, $50,000 up to $75,000 in approvals.
damn.
So you can use Chase. You can use Bank of America. They have a business credit card as well. That's 0% interest for 9 months. You can use American Express, the two business
Mhm.
plus, Blue Business. You can use those. They go anywhere from like $10,000 to $15,000 in approvals.
Yeah.
Plus, those are great, like, banks that you can go to get funding for your business. Key Bank, Truist, all these other regional banks you can also try out as well too. You don't necessarily have to only go to Chase, go to Bank of America. You can go to regional banks in your area. Like, those are the main banks in your area. Like, for example, Capital One is like a regional bank, but I wouldn't suggest Capital One for a business credit card, because they report to your personal, as if it's a regular personal credit card.
Oh,
and you don't want that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, that's game right there, bro. You just gave them, a whole list of banks, business credit cards that they could go out, especially the Chase one. I did hear a lot of like perks with Chase.
Yeah.
I definitely did.
Yeah. Chase is top tier, bro. They're in all 50 states. So you have no excuse not to get approved. Like, they want business owners to grow. And they want to start you off with the business credit card. The reason why is because it's easy accessible and almost anybody can get approved. New business, experienced business, old business, you can get approved for it. You can use that and work your way up to their line of credit. They have a line of credit where they'll give you to go out and start running your business, whether you need that line of credit for payroll, whether you need it for, a short-term investment, whether you need it for some marketing, a 3-month budget, whatever the case. Like, you can use that line of credit from Chase, but I would say start off with the business credit card first.
That's game right there, bro. That's some real game right there, bro. And this is why we needed to have this episode, bro. Because
it's like, on the commercials. That's the crazy thing about it.
Yeah, but bro, trust me, people still, they don't know this information. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Like, a lot of people don't.
Definitely true.
So I got a question for you again too, bro. What choice would you pick right now, bro? $100K in business funding, or $50,000 in cash. So you got $100K to fund your business, or you could take $50,000 in cash.
$50,000 in cash, bro.
Over $100K.
Yeah.
Why?
You said $100,000 in business credit.
Yeah.
Or $50,000 in cash. If you give me $50,000 in cash with no obligations to pay it back, I'm taking the $50,000 in cash. With the business credit card, I got to pay that money back. And not only that, I probably might have interest on that. Probably, I got to pay them back. But if I got $50,000 to play with, that's free and clear money that I can go out and throw in and have a 10x return on investment. I don't have to pay anybody back when I get that $50,000 in cash.
Yo, I ain't go
before. I would have took the $100,000.
Say $100K.
I ain't one of them credit dudes out here. They be like, "Oh, I take the credit," and you ask them off camera, "I might take the $50,000." Like, Kevin, like, I'll take the $50,000 in cash over the $100,000 business credit card. Like, it only makes sense. If I don't have to pay back that money, give me the cash. Like, let's make some cash flow out of that.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. I was expecting you to take the credit. I'm gonna be honest.
Before, I would have. My stupid ass. I remember one time somebody interviewed me and they asked me that question. They said credit, cash, or clout, or something like that. And I said, credit. She's like, what you gonna do with that credit? I said, start a trucking company or something like that. That's a weird, crazy question, because I'm like, all right, I'm in the credit industry. It only makes sense to say credit. Yeah. But give me the cash, bro. Give me the cash. It only makes sense, It only makes sense, bro. If you don't gotta pay it back, there's no obligations. Give me the $50,000.
It definitely, you make a lot of sense thinking like that, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what would you a new business right now? Like a new business, not even a new business, somebody that they're an entrepreneur, they're looking for business credit cards to get. What would you recommend them looking at? Like, are you looking at the interest rates? Are you looking at the loan amount? Or are you looking at, the perks, the benefits, and are you like calculating like how much interest you have to pay at the end of the loan? Like, what are some important things to look at before considering like, hey, I'm gonna take out a loan with this bank or that bank or for this amount or that amount?
Great question, bro. Definitely, I would take in consideration like of what you need the money for, first thing first, because there's different products for different reasons. Now, let's say, for example, you're in the real estate industry and you need money, for probably like a 3-month flip, a flip that'll last probably about 3 months. What I would probably need is a line of credit. If I have $100,000 line of credit and this project only requires $50,000, I would take the line of credit and I will borrow that money, use that money to go ahead and fix, flip, do whatever I have to do, pay it back in the next 3 months, and I will still have access to that money once I pay it back. Once it's all free and clear, you pay the interest, whatever the case may be. Also, interest is a great thing to consider as well. Because a lot of times some credit cards are like 20 plus, 20+%. Some credit cards are even at 30% interest APR.
Yeah.
So I think it is great, especially if you're doing like investments like that. But, first things first is like kind of start off with what you need, what you need the money for. If you need an auto loan for your business, you probably might want to consider the interest rate. All right, cool. This is going to be a 5% interest rate for the next 5 years. If I pay it back sooner, I probably might save this amount of money. So
Yeah.
it all starts off with what you need it for. If you need a business credit card, start off with the business credit cards. Start off with the business credit cards that has the longest amount of interest, and use that credit card as soon as you get it, because the moment that you get that business credit card, once you get approved, that 0% interest starts, that clock starts right then and there. It doesn't start when you first swipe the card, once you get in the mail. Once you get approved, that interest starts from there. So if you don't need the money right now and you need a business credit card, wait until you actually need it. So that way you don't waste the interest. That's money that you're wasting right now.
So the interest is going regardless if you use the card or not?
It's going whether you use it or not.
That's crazy.
If you have 12 months of 0% interest, that's your 12 months. So if you started in December 2022, make sure that you use that credit card as much as you have to before December 2023 comes. Not to say you won't have access to the money moving forward, but this is free money for the first 12 months. So take advantage of it. So it all goes back onto what you need the money for first.
Makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. I'm glad you broke it down like that too, because I know if I got it, I know everybody else got it, bro. Yeah. So I see what you mean. Definitely got to put into consideration the type of business, what you need the money for,
right,
interest and things like that. It makes a lot of sense. What was the craziest thing you've done with credit cards that nobody else does? Like, what's the craziest thing that I know you done a lot of crazy stuff with credit cards?
One thing that I did do recently was, a lot of times we have these credit cards in our wallet and we're not taking full advantage of it, right? So one thing that I did recently was I used my Chase Sapphire preferred credit card. That's a credit card with a $90 to $95 annual rate, right? They give you TSA pre-check for free. They give you all kinds of perks and benefits when it comes to, using that credit card. So one thing that I did recently was my car needed to get towed, right? So they have roadside emergency, right? Yeah. So with the roadside emergency, I needed to get my car towed from my house to the dealership. So I'm like, fuck, I don't feel like paying, $100 just to go 5 miles.
Makes sense.
So I'm over here calling my insurance company. I'm like, yo, you guys offer towing? They like, no. I'm like, shit, I know I got a credit card that probably could cover it. So I looked up on the Chase website, because this is a Visa signature credit card. Any Visa signature credit card offers this same exact perk. So what I did was I went ahead and I called the hotline on the back of the card. And I say, hey, listen, my car broke down. I'm on the side of the street. I need some towing assistance. What they did was they went ahead and sent a tow truck in less than 30 minutes to my house, towed my car from my house all the way to the dealership, and I did not have to pay a single dollar.
Damn.
Single dollar, bro. If I were to do this without that probably would have been an easy $100. Less than 5 miles, bro. Less than 5 miles.
Yo,
less than 5 miles, bro.
How'd you find out they offered that?
Every credit, like you said earlier, like you got to read up on the perks and the benefits of these credit cards. A lot of these credit cards have, insurance. Like, for example, if you're traveling and you want to use insurance on your luggage, some of these credit cards offer insurance on your luggage. So that way, if they lose your luggage, they'll reimburse you up to probably like, I think $500, $1,000. They have insurance. They have travel insurance. They have phone insurance. If you break your phone, they'll pay for your phone to get repaired. Like there's different perks and benefits with some of these credit cards. You just got to look and read some of the benefits of them so that way you can take advantage of it.
Damn, I gotta go back to my envelope and start reading them.
Hell yeah. Look at that little
I be getting the credit card, bro, and I ain't even gonna lie. I just kind of just open it and I just get busy. Just start using that shit.
Call, activate it, get it set up. And
yeah, I don't even bother reading anything on that letters. Like I don't, bro. Yeah. But nah, bro, this was hella game, bro.
Facts.
Like, this was hella game, bro.
Facts.
This was a lot of game, bro. And I know you gonna kill it with the funding because I'm like, yo, you well experienced in this shit, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? So you got anything coming up? Like you got any offers out there? We got a bunch of entrepreneurs.
Yes, bro. So I thought about some, and I have a crazy story when it comes to this credit industry. Just having the information and knowledge and the tools and the resources to provide to people, bro. It didn't just come out of nowhere. My crazy story was basically a few years ago. I wanted to get into the business, and this is how we met. We met at a conference. I went to a conference called the Circus CEOs probably like 3 years ago. At that time, I wanted to get into the trucking industry. I was probably about 2021 around that time. And I wanted to start a business, but my thing is, I wanted to get into the truck industry. I didn't have any money. I was a young entrepreneur, but I was still, courageous. I still, was willing to take risk. And my thing is, a truck and a trailer probably costs about $50,000, $75,000. I'm like, shit, I'm a regular 20-year-old, 21-year-old. I don't have that type of money. So what I was going to do was use my own credit to go ahead and take out a loan and get some trucks and trailers, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, you know what? That's the best bet. But the crazy thing that happened to me was my credit got messed up right when I got back from the conference learning information. And from there, I was just on a quest to learn all this new stuff. Learn about credit, learn about business credit, learn about personal credit, learn about fixing credit, learn about consumer laws, learn about all the things that people don't know about. So that way I can put myself ahead of the curve. And then from there, I just, from my own personal story of having bad credit, I fixed my credit in less than 1 year. I went out, got $100,000 in funding. And from there, I'm like, all right, cool. I realized that other business owners need this kind of information. So I went ahead and started a credit repair business. Credit repair business started taking off, helping clients all over the country. I even had clients in Hawaii at one point. And we're just helping people, repair their credit so they can qualify for some business funding. But what I realized was people were just coming in and it was like, here's my problems, just take care of it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing for the service, but you got to be invested in this process too, because this is your business that you're going to be running at the end of the day. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do that too much. Yeah. So I took a journey where I'm like, you know what? I want to start helping business owners get funding because this is something that they're going to take more serious, I realize. So I'm like, you know what? Let me start doing that. And then things didn't go well. I took a little break. But now I say all that to say now, all this information, all this knowledge that I got, $100,000 that I learned from somebody else. I learned from investing from other people. So what I want to do is I want to start helping the business owners to go out and get the funding, go out and get the business loans, go out and get the business lines of credit that they need. Because guess what? If your business if you don't get this money, let's just put it like this, you're going to die. Your business is going to die. You're going to have people that's depending on you die. Right. So what I want to do is I want to start helping business owners get the funding that they need, start, going out and get the bag. So that way they can start, growing their business, whether it's Airbnb, whether it's, real estate, whether it's trucking, whether you want to start your own podcast studio, whether you want to do anything, when you want to have your own clothing brand, whether you're a rapper. We done heard, rappers run, have crazy plays where they can go out and start getting funding. And now guess what? You can start turning up your rap career. Yep. I don't know. But I want to help you to go out and get the funding so that way you can start doing the things that you need to do. So that's next for me, bro. That's my crazy story and how I got into this industry, how I'm able to start teaching people and showing them the game of exactly how to go out and get funding for the business. So yeah, that's what's next.
That's crazy, bro, because you seen the good and bad side of credit.
Good, bad, ugly, credit, bro. The tap out. All of that stuff. I done seen it all, bro.
Damn.
And I think I'm the best person to help people because
Yeah. Through
I done
that
seen
story,
the
bro.
good people. I done seen the good sides of credit. I done seen the bad sides of credit. I done seen the ugly side of credit. And I think I'm the best person to help people because some people have never gone through the stories or even the motions
Yeah, some people they
of
just be like,
being.
yo, hey, funding, yo, just get you approved,
Yeah,
and you know, they just move on.
yeah.
But you actually got that experience to say, hey, I don't think that, yo, that's a good idea. I didn't, took out loans, and
It wasn't a
and
smart
it wasn't a
investment.
smart. I didn't make a smart investment, so you can educate those people who you are helping to get funding. Like, yo, hey, this might not work out, which is something a lot of people who do funding don't do.
They
You
don't
know what I
do.
mean?
They be like, yo, I don't care as long as I'm getting my bag, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not that kind of dude. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're gonna get paid, but let's put it like this: are you gonna have a business that's long term?
yeah.
Where it's actually gonna
That's the
grow?
thing.
Yeah, you could get the money right now, but
Yeah,
like, it wouldn't feel good to be like, all right, cool, you help somebody else get, a
yeah,
$50,000 loan. You got a great commission off of that, but
yeah.
now that person is struggling and they
Yep.
regret doing this,
They
and
regret
now,
doing it.
you
Yeah,
know, even though it's not really your call, but
yeah,
it's not your decision, but still, it's like, yo, have some kind of
yeah.
integrity, have some kind of life, like have some
And
common sense.
I do feel like, yo, when you do good business, your business grows really fast. Because if you think about it too, you help the person get funding, and yeah, you got your commission, whatever, your 10-20%. But now think about it. You knew that that was a bad idea, and you let the
Bad
person
idea.
run off and execute on it. And yeah, you got your cut, but now this person is gonna despise you, and then
Yeah,
they're gonna, all the 20 or 30 people they might know, they're not gonna tell them like, yo, hey, go to this guy.
yeah.
So now you got to always keep looking for new and new clients, just because people, you got that name for doing bad business. You know what I mean?
And technically, it's really not your fault. You did your
Yeah,
job, but still, it's all about integrity
it
as
is
well.
integrity. Yeah, integrity goes a long way.
Yeah, a lot of times is, like one thing I would make sure, like if clients are working with me, like how is this $50,000 really gonna help you? If you can't explain that to me, bro, this is not a great opportunity. I need you to take the time, go
Yeah,
find out, create yourself a little plan. It doesn't have to be a 20-page business plan on how this business is gonna work.
yeah,
Have an idea of exactly what you're gonna do for this $50,000. Like, do you have any money right now that you can use? Like, have you ever tried using funding? Like, how did
yeah,
that go for you? Like actual like questions like you really care and not just asking just to see if you care, but like, do you really care?
facts.
You know what I mean? So those are the things that I want to make sure when working with clients, because at the end of the day, like, yes, it's fun to have business, but remember, 95% of businesses fail. A
Yeah,
lot of businesses fail and go out of business. Not to scare you, but it's the truth. You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? And they go out of business is most times because they don't have the funding. So, all right, cool. You put yourself in a higher advantage to get funding and to win in business because you
Mm-hmm.
have money. So now, if you have the money, that's great. You're out of that 95% of people that fail in business. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
now you have the money. You just need to go out and execute, and you need the right plan to go out and follow.
Mm.
So I would say, let's talk. Let's talk. Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
gotta tap in,
Yeah, let's
man.
talk. Let's talk.
And I know we was live on Instagram, so I mean,
You
I'm
want
gonna
to see the
check.
questions or what?
Yeah, let me see if they dropped any questions or anything. Um, or if anything, if you do have any questions, y'all guys could DM us.
Let's see. Let's see. A lot of people join. Fire, 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 fire. Shout out my guy Charles. Fire, fire, fire. Keep popping. Popping how y'all popping it. Support 100%. Fire, fire. Damn, man, people joined. Hello from Kansas. Hello from DC. Lit. Damn, man, people joined. Word, bro. Y'all in here heavy. Nah, a lot of people came in. This joint is a long ass list, bro.
We might have to say this one, bro.
We might have to. We might have to.
But yeah, if y'all got any questions on business funding, definitely tap in with Cody, man. Like, he's the guy. And you guys heard him. Like, yo, when it comes to this funding, you want to work with somebody with integrity. So definitely, you guys tap in, hit him in the DM. Where can they find you?
Hit me on the DMs. Find me on Instagram at Brown Hustles. So that's BROWNHUSTLES. Brown Hustles. Go ahead, shoot me a DM. Let's talk. Let's chop it up. Shoot me a DM. Let's go. Let's get to work.
Let's get busy. Let's start that business you've been putting underneath your bed. That business plan that you got. Start get ready and start trying to execute on it. But yeah, bro, this is a good one, bro. This was an amazing lot of game, one. Bro. Definitely. A lot of game, bro. And that's why I was like, yo, we got to run this episode because I feel like, bro, you be knowing so much when it comes to the credit and the funding content. And it's only right we educate our community, our followers, because we want everybody to win, y'all. Yeah. We really want everybody to win. Yeah. But yeah, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Anything you learn, drop a comment. If you are interested in getting funding, tap in with, Cody, hit him in the DM. And yeah, let's get this motion started, yo, because that's what we all about. Creating motion and success.
Let's get you some motion and success. Have a great one.
Facts.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay in tune for the next one because we are going to continue dropping good game.